Okay, so here we have 3 plus. 3 plus and 5 plus reels, they share the same drag package. And this is a right hand reel, right hand retrieve, and I'm going to change it to a left hand and show you how to. Start as usual, remove the spool. Unscrew the sealing cap, which is on the drag knob, using a plastic POM disc. It should come off relatively easy. And then it's the left hand screw. Remember, the left hand screw, to get it off, you turn like you're tightening a right hand screw. So clockwise it goes off. So now we can unscrew the drag knob. Hold one finger here when you unscrew the drag knob, get it completely off, and the small POM disc in between the drag knob and the middle mainframe bolt, which is absolutely necessary to keep in place, otherwise drag will not work. So now we can just pull off the drag hub and the drag package. Just pull or pour everything out of the drag hub. Good idea. This is a little bit more complicated than the 789, but good idea is to be clean on your fingers. So take it off like this, turn it around like this. Here we have stainless steel drag plate, we have roll-on drag plate, and we have the clutch bearing. If we turn it around, it will be the same. So just take it off and put it like this. The roll-on doesn't need to be turned around, but the smaller stainless steel drag plate with a bigger hole. So now we have basically changed the retreat direction. If everything comes apart like this, we need to be able to see or figure out how it should come together again. So I will show you here. First we have an O-ring like this. Then we have a belly belt disc, which it's very important that the inner section of the concave touches the inner section of the bearing. So it goes on like this. Bearing, doesn't matter either way. Drag plate, stainless steel drag plate. Roll on. Now, if we don't know how to put this one on, the clutch bearing, basically the clutch bearing controls if it's a left hand or right hand. So you can read on, I don't know if you see it, but you can read on the clutch bearing R and arrow, and you can read L for left hand and an arrow. So when you put it in to the drag hub, if the L and the arrow face towards you, it's a left hand, and that's how we want this reel to be. If the R and the arrow is facing towards you, it's a right hand retrieve reel. So the best way to do is to start by inserting the stainless steel drag disc with the smaller hole. That's the first thing to come into the drag hub. Put it into the slots. Take care it's absolutely clean. Then we have a Roland drag plate, also needs to be clean. Then we have the one-way bearing, and it's a good idea to have a clean towel and just clean it like this. And we want it left hand, so the L and the arrow face upwards. That's a left hand. Okay, and the roll on, and clean, needs to be absolutely clean, otherwise the brake might become sticky, and we don't want that. Clean, into the slots, and then we can take the bearing and the O-ring and the valuable disc and just insert it like this. Okay. Then we can slide the whole drag hub with the whole drag unit into place. Do it carefully. Tolerances are tight. And remember to turn the drag bolt in the middle until it goes into the slots. Careful. Turn. Okay. So remember the POM disc, small disc comes first, then the drag knob. Just tighten it a little bit so you have a little bit of brake. Put on the spool. Check the retreat direction. Now this is a left hand drill. Used to be a right hand. And the brake is not sticky, it's silky smooth, so everything is in order. Put on the spool cap. Now we need to put on the left hand screw, M3 screw, in place in order to set the zero. This set the zero together with the small POM disc. You don't need to tighten a lot, just a little bit like this. Unscrew. And everything is correct. No brake at all now. A little bit turn, it's a little bit brake. So, last thing to do is to put on the sealing cap on the brake knob. It has an O-ring, which both takes care of the sealing, but also keeps the spool sealing cap in place, like this. So now we're done. We have a left hand 3+.